Hey, lovely, beautiful souls. Welcome back to another episode of Becoming a Powerhouse Brand. In today's episode, I wanted to address a couple of questions that have come up since the last episode I recorded, where I was talking about feminine energy and embodying the future version of you, your next level self. And I just wanted to help a little bit more in the embodiment piece because some of the questions I was receiving from people were around, but how do you do that when your current reality is nowhere near or even moving towards what it is that you want to achieve? When you're embodying a future version of you, everything that you want and desire, like it's all sort of available to you, but it's how you're going to feel inside. So it's really tapping into that frequency of I feel amazing. I feel confident. I trust that everything's going to work out. I feel so in tune, so aligned, and all of this. Now, when you are in a place of lack, or not even lack, but when you're in a place that you're just nowhere near where you would love to go, you know there's so much more available to you, but you just can't quite tap into that. This is where you need to make sure that every single day you are focusing on your energetics, you are focusing on that embodiment piece, and actually, like, close your eyes, do whatever you need to do to just think, okay, when I've achieved all of those things on my vision board, once I've had all the success, when money is no issue, when clients are no issue, when I've got everything coming to me, when I have all the freedom, what am I doing? How am I showing up today that the current version of me isn't doing? Like, how can I shift things? So it might be that instead of forcing something, instead of spending your day messaging 100 people to try and get some leads or whatever it is that you're doing at the moment, what if you just trusted yourself that you knew it was going to work out? Because the future version of you, remember, is already attracting those things. So when you think about how you're going to feel once you have that, what would you be doing in your life? Would you be serving those clients? Would you be creating a piece of content that really inspires, that really activates someone to move? Would you be sharing a podcast episode? Would you be writing a blog post? Like, what is it you would be doing that is going to give something back to your community or do something that makes you feel amazing? So, as an example, I am continuously evolving. If I think about the journey I've had in the last year, personally, I've changed a lot. Like, I wouldn't say I'm the same person at all in terms of my mindset, in terms of my vision, how I'm showing up, my goals that I've got as well. Like a year ago, I didn't have a goal of wanting to speak on stage to 100 people. That would have terrified me. Now, this year, that was one of my goals, and I've already secured a space for speaking on 2 stages in front of 100 people. So it's making sure that you're constantly moving forward. So I've moved forward, but I have this big vision of what I want to be doing. I would love to be speaking globally. Right now, that probably isn't going to work purely because I like to be at home with the kids. And the only time I've actually gone away from home has been like one retreat I went on in the UK. And then the other times have been for visiting my family members, and that's just been for a few days. So at this moment in time, I don't feel like I'm quite ready personally to be able to go traveling the world, doing all of these things when I've got such young children. My youngest is 3, so I just love to be at home with them. But the future version of me has older children and she is traveling the world. She's getting paid to speak in all these incredible places. She's going on retreats all around the world and sharing her gifts, sharing her knowledge, all of those things. So if I think about that future version of me, she has the freedom. She isn't having to show up all the time on social media. So one of the actions I've taken has been showing up less. So I'm still being visible. I'm still being consistent across all of my platforms that I use. I'm in a testing phase at the minute. So I'm actually experimenting with various platforms all at the same time to see what works best for me. So as an example, one of the things I've noticed for me is Instagram actually doesn't work as well for my business as other platforms do. So I am putting far less time and energy into showing up on that platform. I'm still there, I'm still visible because I know some of my ideal clients use it, but I'm just taking other actions that are aligned to where I'm going. And in terms of the freedom piece, so the future version of me might be traveling the world a lot more to do speaking opportunities. So the freedom piece for me right now is the freedom to go and walk my dog, to go out for long walks with no guilt, without feeling like I should be doing something else, and just being fully present in myself, sharing pieces of content when they come to me, because I find when I'm out walking my dog, that's when I get my best downloads, when I get my best ideas, not just for me, but also for my clients. And I wanted to sort of make that really clear that you don't have to be taking the exact action that your future self would be to embody who she is. It's about the feeling. So, how could you mimic that feeling that that person is going to have once she's achieved everything in her life? What is she doing? How does she feel inside? So, the freedom piece for me is doing the dog walks. It's the freedom to go and pick my kids up from school, which obviously when they're older, they're not going to need to be having the school runs because they'll be finding their own way to school or work or whatever they're doing. So it's just tapping into that energy, that frequency. So the freedom piece for me at the moment is freedom to go and pick my kids up from school, freedom to take them to all their clubs, freedom to go for a dog walk, freedom to go and sit in the garden because I want to, freedom to show up when I feel like doing it, not because I feel like I have to. So for me, all of those parts of freedom that are in my current reality are all actions that I am taking. I'm literally creating my brand and my life by design because that is mimicking the feeling the future version of me has. So if you can always tap into that frequency of who that person is that you're becoming, it helps you to take small changes in your current reality to start shifting into her. And it can be something so small. So if you know the future version of you is really fit and really healthy and doesn't go binge drinking, doesn't eat really unhealthy food because she doesn't want to cook something, like if you know that to be true, if you know your future self looks in the mirror, looks incredible, she's really toned, or whatever that looks like for you, what could you do today to shift that? How could you start showing up and doing simple actions that you could do right now? Could it be you stop binging on something else? Could it be you change something in your diet? Could it be you don't binge drink, but instead you do this? Like, what could you replace in your current reality to start embodying who that future you is? So I hope that's helped answer a couple of questions that came to me around the embodiment piece. Like, how do you do that when it's not your current reality? You have the ability, you have the power inside you to change anything in your current reality. But it's taking those small shifts that will help you to start doing that. So, one of the things I've found really powerful has been journaling and also scripting. So, if you've never heard of scripting, I did talk about this on quite a few episodes ago now, so you may not have heard it. But scripting is essentially, it's like journaling, but you're journaling as the future you, as if you already have all the things that you desire. So if you imagine your vision board for 2025, or maybe you've got like a 5-year plan or whatever that looks like, what are the goals on there? What have you got in your life? What have you got in your business? What achievements have you had? What success have you had? How are you living your life? All the things you're doing. And scripting is basically writing that out, because getting the thought out of your head and physically writing, that act of getting it out of your head and onto paper, puts it out into the universe. So when you script, you're basically writing or journaling as that person. So you're starting to write things down like, I'm so grateful that I have this, that, and the other. I had the most incredible day today. I did this, that, and the other. You're literally journaling as if those things have happened as the future version of you. And I was doing this. I actually haven't done it for a little while, but I find this is a really powerful tool and a really powerful exercise to do. So if you're someone that journals and you like to journal from a place of you just want to get your thoughts out, whether they're negative, positive, whatever, just everything that's in your head out on paper, because that act actually removes it from your brain. It takes up less headspace. So you can feel that release just by writing it on paper. So that's the power of journaling in itself. But scripting is different because you're literally writing as if you are that person, as if you've already achieved those things. So I actually had 2 notebooks. One is my journal, and then one is my scripting journal. And it's really interesting to see the two. So my journal might have things that maybe aren't going so well, limiting beliefs that I've had. And then when I think about any limiting beliefs, I write down in my journal what I'm going to do to move that. Like, why is that coming up? What is happening in my life right now? Is there anything, like, is it my monthly cycle? Like, what is happening at that moment in time? And how can I start working through that? So just to give you an example, one thing for me that I have found just through journaling, just through tracking my cycles and everything like that, that when I'm ovulating, that is when my mindset wobbles the most. I know for a couple of days, every single month, I'm going to have wobbles. I might feel emotional. I might feel like, oh my God, I'm just going to give up. Things aren't working. Things aren't moving. Things aren't doing that. I know from doing this pattern and journaling and working this out that over the course of the last few months, every time I've had any kind of wobble, and it's happened every month, it happens for everybody, no matter what stage they're at in their business, it's always been around that time. So doing these kind of exercises really helps you to get in tune with yourself and learn more about you and how you work, because we're all wired differently. We all work very differently. So for me, like when it's my time of the month, it doesn't seem to impact my mindset or anything at all. Like I don't feel like physically I feel uncomfortable, but I don't feel any sort of issues mentally. But when I'm ovulating, I do. It really impacts me and my mindset and everything. So it's seeing what works for you, seeing patterns, seeing when you might have these triggers, and it also helps you to then plan ahead. So for me, I know that when I'm launching anything, or if I've got a new idea, not to put it out there during that time, because I know that I'm going to basically self-sabotage myself. So I know that a priority for me during that time is working on my mindset, working on my energy, working on all of those things that are going to shift my mood. Visualizations, hypnosis, clearings, all of that needs to happen, because otherwise, if I'm trying to continue working as I normally would, it's so much harder. And it's really interesting actually, because a lot of places, I don't know if it's the whole of Europe, but I know a lot of places in Europe, they actually give women time off every single month, because you're not physically able, not mentally able to do the same job to the same standard as you would do on other days. So it's really interesting that how much that can really impact us, and also the moon, like all of these things can really have a huge impact on us. So small shifts that you can make each day are things like your journaling, scripting, um, saying affirmations out loud in the mirror, talking to yourself in the mirror, and like really looking at yourself in the eye and saying, I love you, saying, I trust you, I appreciate you, you are amazing, like all those things. And it will feel as uncomfortable as hell when you first start doing it, but I cannot tell you how powerful that is when you're doing it repeatedly, because the more you say things, the more you speak things into existence, the more you start to believe them. And you need to be so confident in your own skin, in your own body, and how you're showing up and who you are. Because when you have that confidence, you don't need external validation from anybody else or from anything else. So no matter what is going on in your life, you can always then tap into, I know I'm amazing. This doesn't mean anything about me. So if I don't know, like if something hasn't gone to plan, if everything in your life, like kids are off sick, or something's gone wrong, or delivery hasn't turned up, or something's damaged, like whatever it is, you know that you have control in yourself to know that none of that means anything about you or anything about your life, that nothing's terrible. Things happen, it's reality, it's human. But it's about how you then work through that, knowing that you're amazing at everything that you're doing right now. And I'm really excited because like as of today, I have got my brand new free download, which is an audio. This is like, I don't want to call it a hypnosis, because that feels, I don't know, it kind of is, but it kind of isn't. It's basically a morning audio that I would love you to click the link in the show notes below, get access to it, and then listen to this every morning. And this is just going to help you. It's just a few minutes long, and it's just going to help you to start your day shifting into that new version of you. I say start your day because you could actually listen to this anytime. If you feel like you're having a wobble and you're like, God, I just need to like reset and just, yeah, work on my mindset, work on realigning myself, then you could listen to this then. I listen to audios and hypnosis type things like this, usually when I'm going to bed. Like I find the last 5 minutes before I go to bed, which is when your subconscious mind is absorbing the most information, that's when I like to listen to audios. But I do sometimes, especially if I'm having a day where I'm feeling like, oh God, I've woken up feeling a bit anxious, or something's not right, or something just feels a bit off today, then I'll normally listen to a hypnosis type thing on that morning, just to give me that mindset mental boost and really kickstart my day and give me that energy. So go grab your link now, go in the show notes. So this is just, I've done it as a morning routine, and it will just help you to shift into that next level version of you, and really help you to start your day or finish your day on the right foot, knowing you're amazing, and really start to embody that future you who already has it all. I love receiving questions from you guys. So if you do have any questions on any of the episodes that you've heard, watched, please do send me a message, because I love being able to support you with these podcast episodes. So if there's anything at all you're struggling with in terms of mindset, energetics, identity, brand, visuals, all of that kind of thing, then send me a message on Instagram at Jackie Laws, and I will come back to you, and I'll record a podcast episode so that you can tap into that, and I'll send you the link after it's done. Hope you have a beautiful day. Enjoy the download. Let me know what you think of it. And if you've loved this episode, please do leave me a review. I would love to see your feedback on the actual podcast, and I will see you next time. Have a good day, guys.